pleasure to introduce to you the man of the hour, Tony.
Hello and welcome back to At the Gates. I am your host, Tony, and I am very sleepy, and also this isn't quite the Gates. It's a post-game wrap-up of sorts. Didn't get to do it at the game or at the Gates itself because it's been a whirlwind of a day. I've been to so many different places here. Went into downtown and then came back, and it's, yeah, excuse me. It's been a wild ride. A lot of food to be eaten. Yeah, got there just in time and got in, and then the fun part started. Excuse me. The ushers / security people were not having it if you are on the foul side, basically telling me right away that I had to sit in my seat. Get my butt in my seat. I was only a few rows away from that anyways, and I was yelling towards the twins who were being semi-generous with the balls over there, but then I got kicked out before any luck really happened. One was short. Can't seem to clear my throat. And apologies again. It was really frustrating. So kicked out of that area, told to go to my seat, sit in it. Other people around me weren't sitting, and plenty of other people in many other sections were definitely not even around their seat. They were just going for foul balls and home runs during BP and all that, and it made no sense. Don't know why, but that guy was on a power trip, so that ended my ability to do anything on the Twins side. And yeah, eventually got one of the Twins to toss a ball over to me, and that was ball number one of the... Nope. That did happen, but that ball would be lost. I don't know how or why, but during the game at some point, a ball went missing. I know I had it in my bag. Then it was gone. Nowhere to be found. Not in my sweatshirt, not in my glove, nowhere. And that was the only ball that I would get during BP. Yeah, it was one of those days. I'm trying not to complain too much, but I'm just giving the overall wrap-up. It is what it is, and I wasn't really there for regular balls anyways. I was there for the commemorative 60th, and luckily I got that tossed to me by Miguel Sano in the bottom of the first inning, and that was ball number actually, scratch that. Peer pressure. I'll get back to that later. So I had, at that point, 2 balls in my possession, and then it got strange. I got another toss-up, and this time the logo was just absolutely perfect on it. The first one wasn't so much because it was in play for quite a while. I know that Ohtani flied out with it and Mike Trout struck out, and then people around me started getting really frustrated. They had only seen me at that point get 2 balls. They saw me get that second toss-up, and that was too much for them. I was the only Twins fan really around, and I was only getting Twins to toss them up to me, but that didn't matter. And I was peer pressured, and so many people around me wanted the ball. A lot of older people, which was interesting, having them feel entitled about it. But then eventually, because so many people were begging me for it and people were getting quite vocal, I decided to give up that first commemorative ball, the Otanian trout ball. Mainly because the second ball was, like I said, the logo was just perfect. The first one, it looked like it was used in the rain. It was fairly faded. You could make it out, but it wasn't going to win any type of awards. Or a sketch artist, if they based it off of just that ball, they wouldn't get the logo. So I know I made the right call, but shortly after that, then there was a foul ball by Nelson Cruz in the top of the eighth, and that went over, kind of rattled around. It was actually a few rows behind where I was kind of running over towards, deeper into foul territory or into the stands, and then it went down a couple rows right towards where I was, and right where I was actually by the family that I gave the ball to. One guy was reaching his hand down there and almost got it, which would have been interesting because, like I said, that was the family that I gave the ball to the kid. But I got my glove in there just in time and covered the ball, tried to not make a scene, and people weren't heckling me as much because I don't think they really realized it, and the ones that did kind of were like, hey, that was a legit foul ball. It wasn't just a toss-up, so whatever. Their minds changed, I guess, and either I showed them enough goodwill or it was things changed. But so that was ball number 4, kind of. But let me go back to ball number 3, that perfect logo. So like I said, I had lost the first ball at that point. Then I had given away the second ball, so I was down to 1 after that perfect logo ball. And then with this foul ball, back up to 2. What a weird night. COVID rules in Angel Stadium are just weird. Very much enforced, very not uniform throughout all of the areas, especially when I talked to Devo. He said that he had never really run into that. No one ever told him to sit in his seat or that they couldn't play during BP for toss-ups or anything like that. And I don't know. It just seemed weird. Angel Stadium is oddly difficult for some reason. And with COVID rules, it's on lockdown, like I was mentioning, but also still open. Like, plenty of seats were not being used, and I wasn't actually in my assigned section. I was in 126 instead of 128 because 126 between the aisle of 26 and 25 were basically where the Twins were tossing them. And there was a group of 4 seats basically midway up the section that were right on the aisle, and I stayed in the entire time. So that's about it. I wanted to make a cooler video, didn't get much B-roll, didn't get much footage, wasn't able to really walk around the park because things were just weird and it was a sour taste in my mouth and the game was close, and I then was trying to fight to stay on the board. It was mayhem, but got what I came for. Got another foul ball, not on the fly like opening day, but still got a foul ball at a game. Don't have many of those, which that's pretty cool. LA. Yeah. Angels. Well, I should recap the game itself too. 10-3, low-scoring football game, and Twins got demolished. But Tortuga got to pitch, so that was something. One of his pitches was, I believe, 45 miles an hour. It looked amazing. Just a roller coaster of a night, and the food has been great. The weather obviously is perfect, and I really do like it out here. I just don't know that I would go to many Angels games, or maybe I would and try to become a regular and know how to play it, but it's been puzzling me. I won't ramble too much longer. I mean, it's only been 11 minutes, but at the same time, it's been even 11 minutes of me kind of moaning and whining about what happened, and that's okay. Some nights are more difficult than others and more confusing, and times are changing, and rules are just, they're evolving, especially in this day and age. This COVID season is going to be not uniform throughout Major League Baseball, and probably not uniform for each team. They're going to change it throughout the season, and apparently also from what I've experienced at Target Field and Angel Stadium, it's not uniform within the ballpark. So keep an eye out for what other people are saying. Maybe try to talk to a local if you're not in your local ballpark, and be as inconspicuous as possible. Just really try to blend in, which it's going to be hard because there's not as many people, but that's it. All in all, it was a night. Even a weird night at the ballpark is better than, well, it would have been better than work, and definitely better than being in Minnesota right now. So stay safe, get vaccinated, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you, but going to be Target Field for a while.